I'm Mark Westcott, and welcome back to the sixth module, the final module in regard to creating your estate blueprint. We've created a lot of tools over the years that we've shared with our clients, and as I said, these six modules that we're going through, these are the tools, concepts and strategies I use with people who invest a whole lot of money to get this done. Now, I've saved this up because this is my favorite tool that I want you to think about in regard to what you'd want for your family, those that you love and those that you care for, if something was to happen to you. And it's a tool called the first 90 days. And what we do is we just help you put together a document that's going to help your family, your loved ones through the first 90 days after something happens to you. Now, I know all of this stuff is morbid and you don't want to think about it, but I mean, this is just so valuable. I have seen firsthand. I've been involved with family friends. I've seen too many people where somebody has passed away and it's just a mess. It's just a disaster. Nobody knows what to do. Nobody knows where to start. And as a result of that, it's like nearly criminal what happens. And, you know, it could have been so easily fixed. And I've said a lot of the things that we've talked about in this 6-week program. I've said, you know, if you're going to do one thing, do this. You know, this is another one. If you're going to do one thing, do this. Okay, the first 90 days. So we break it up and we talk about, first of all, get your pieces of paper out, get 3 bits of paper out here and just write the first 30 days. Now in the first 30 days, this is all the stuff about funerals, like where do you want your funeral? Where do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated, buried? You know, who do you want at the funeral? Do you want it promoted, advertised? What newspapers would you want it in? Would you want certain music playing? I mean, all the clinical sort of stuff that's just so hard for the people that are left behind to make decisions on. If you could help by doing some of these things now, it will just make it so much easier for those that are left behind. Who wants to organise a funeral? Who wants to make all these decisions when they're grieving? You know what? No one. So if you could do this now, this would really help. You know, what are the things that you need finalised? And you can talk about the immediate stuff. So in the first few days, it's kind of like, well, you know, who to contact, who to let know that something's happened to you. Or, you know, who are the people that you want to know? You know, what needs to be shut off immediately? And certainly people like your financial planner, your insurance guy and so on, they'd be the people you'd want to let know pretty quickly as well. But what things need to be finalised? What things need to be cleaned up or done, or do you need someone to come in and take over the running of the business and all those sorts of things? And they're going to be urgent things. Document them, put down names, phone numbers, and you're going to get sick of me saying this, but leave clues. You know, leave clues for people in regard to what is practical that they need to do in those first 90 days. Now in the second 30 days, so for example from day 31 to day 60, you know, this is probably going to be more compliance type stuff, more practical issues, certainly in regard to the business issues, legal, financial and so on. You're really going to need to make sure you've got all this stuff sorted, but just put down all the things that you'd want. Everyone's still going to be grieving during this period of time. Make it easy for them by just documenting a number of the things that they need to pay attention to. Now for me, the third lot of 30 days, day 61 to day 90, this is your opportunity to really help the family. This is your opportunity to help people who are going to be grieving, who are going to be sad, who are going to be confused, and who are going to be wondering what they should be doing. And there'll be all sorts of emotions that they're going through. And I've just seen this and it's been so sad so many times. But you know, give permission. In the last 30 days, day 61 to 90, write down all the things that give the family permission. Tell them to go away, take a holiday. Tell them to pack up your clothes and give them to someone, or to change things in their house so that they're not walking past your shoes and your suits and your clothes and your stuff all the time. You know, don't torture, don't let them be tortured forever. Let them get on with their life. So tell them, take a holiday, get on with their life, clean up the memories, the clothes, respect everything naturally, but give them permission to pack things up and move them away and hide stuff. And you know, it just brings tears to my eyes when I talk about this, but give them permission to move on. Give your spouse, give your partner permission to let go and to move on, because I'm sure you don't want them to grieve forever. I'm sure you don't want them to not move on with their life, and I'm sure you don't want them to be sad and wondering whether they should move on, whether they should meet someone and all those sorts of things. And I know we're touching on really personal and touchy issues here, but I think it would just be so loving and caring for you to actually document what you think they should do at this stage, and allowing them to let go would be the greatest gift you could give. But if you don't write it down, they'll never know that you thought that was okay. So document what you think is going to be okay for those that you love and those that you care for. So this is our document called the First 90 Days. Just go get some bits of paper, write down what you'd think would be really practical advice, because everyone's going to be grieving and no one wants to make decisions. And the more clues, the more lists you can leave them, but the more guidance you can give, the greater the gift that you've allowed those that you love and those that you care for. I hope that this 6-week free estate blueprint module system has been really valuable for you. I hope it's given you some guidance. I hope it's given you some clues. I hope it's given you some ideas. You know, I wanted to give people something that I would rather that you went out and took these ideas, did something with them, and created a plan, created a blueprint, and created certainty, confidence, and security for those that you love and those that you care for. I hope you found it really useful. For some people, you will have notes, you will have written a whole lot of stuff down. For others, you will have listened to this and thought, yeah, this is all great, I'll get round to it one day. And maybe, you know, you've needed a bit more guidance than I've been able to give you in 6 really short little videos. Whichever way, I hope you've made some progress. If you want to make more progress, you can update to what we call as the estate blueprint, and we can give you copies of all the forms that we talk about in these modules. We can give you examples, we can give you templates. We can give you some forms where people have filled out all the things for the first 90 days. They've filled out their Dear Mary letter, the executor's agenda, they filled out their letters of intention, and you can have a look at those, and maybe that will help you to take more action for those that you love and care for. Obviously, the videos in the Estate Blueprint series go into greater depth, and you can have more video training, more feedback. You can play it back as many times as you like, but it will give you a format and a list to follow. It'll give you a checklist for the solicitor as well. So when you go see the solicitor, instead of just making up your own checklist, which you may have done in this, we'll give you a formal document which you can fill out with all these other forms, like in a little booklet form, and you can take that to your legal advisor to make sure you get a fully documented will. You know, we're charging $197, or you can pay 4 monthly payments of $55 per month for those 4 months. But I urge that if you need more than you've got out of this free series, please take advantage of our Estate Blueprint and upgrade, and you'll see a button below this video. Thanks for your time, and whatever you've done, I hope you've made progress, and I hope you've created real pride in regard to what you've been able to put together to make sure that those that you love, those that you care for, are going to look back and really appreciate the moments that you put into making this transition through a really difficult time easier for them. I'm Mark Westcott, and I hope I've helped you create your extraordinary legacy. Thanks.